You were at the zoo with your kid. A mother chimpanzee was sitting in the corner with her tiny baby. Another adult chimp walked over, and you thought there might be trouble. But something surprising happened. The adult completely changed how it acted around the baby. It was gentle, careful, almost like it was trying to impress the little one. You thought to yourself, do animals actually know the difference between babies and adults? And if they do, why are they change their behavior? Well, the answer is yes, and it's way more interesting than you might think. Animals absolutely treat babies differently than they treat adults. But here's the thing, not all animals do it the same way. Some are protective, some are playful, and some are just confused. But almost every animal on Earth has some kind of special behavior reserved just for babies. Let's start with the obvious ones. Mammals. Think about it. When a mother dog has puppies, she acts completely different from how she acts with other dogs. She's protective, she's attentive, and she literally changes the way she feeds them. But it's not just mothers. Other dogs in the pack often act differently around puppies too. They play softer, they don't snap the way they normally would. If a puppy accidentally bites them during play, they don't react aggressively. They understand, somehow, that this is a baby. This happens because babies look and sound different. Puppies have bigger eyes relative to their heads, they have higher pitched voices, their movements are clumsier, and somehow other animals are hardwired to recognize these signs as, okay, this is a baby, I need to adjust my behavior. Scientists call this the baby schema, and it affects not just their own species, but sometimes even other species. You've probably seen videos of animals adopting babies from completely different species. A dog nursing kittens, a cat taking care of baby ducklings. This happens because the baby triggers a different part of the animal's brain. It's not a conscious choice, it's instinct. The animal sees something small, vulnerable, and helpless, and it automatically knows to be gentler. Now, what's really wild is that predators do this too. A mother lion with cubs behaves completely different from an adult lioness hunting. She's more cautious, she's more aggressive if she thinks the cubs are threatened, but she's also more playful and patient with the cubs themselves. A hunting lion might kill another animal instantly, but a mother lion with cubs will swat at her cub during play and somehow never hurt it. She adjusts her strength automatically. Here's something even more interesting. Babies of different species often recognize each other as babies. A human baby and a baby monkey will interact with each other in ways that baby monkeys interact with adult monkeys. They're gentle, they're curious, but not aggressive. So it's not just about adults treating babies differently. It's like babies exist in their own category. They have special status. But let's be honest, this isn't pure kindness, it's survival. Baby animals are vulnerable. They depend entirely on their parents and the group. If the group started treating them like they treat other adults, the babies wouldn't survive. Evolution has made sure that all animals, or at least most of them, have this built-in switch that flips when they see a baby. It protects the young and it protects the species. There are exceptions though. Some animals don't really change their behavior around babies at all. Fish, for instance. Most fish don't recognize babies as anything special. In fact, a lot of fish will eat their own babies without hesitation. No parental instinct kicks in. The baby doesn't look cute to them. It doesn't trigger anything. It's just food. That's why fish have to lay thousands of eggs. Most of them won't survive, but some will, and that's enough. Other animals are somewhere in between. Reptiles mostly ignore their babies after they're born. A mother crocodile might protect her eggs and her hatchlings for a short time, but then she moves on. The babies have to figure it out themselves. They don't get years of parental care like mammals do. They don't have the same kind of baby treatment. What's fascinating is how specific this baby recognition can be. A mother bird will feed her own chicks even if they look different from what bird biology says they should look like. But put a different species egg in the nest, and sometimes the bird won't know the difference. It'll feed the alien chick. The baby of another species might have the right calls, the right movements, the wide open mouth. and that's enough. This gets even crazier with primates. Chimpanzees treat babies differently. Gorillas definitely do. When a baby's born in a gorilla group, the whole group's behavior changes. The baby gets protection and space. Adults are more tolerant. Play is encouraged. Juvenile gorillas and young adult gorillas often help take care of babies even though they're not the parents. This behavior is learned and inherited. Young females watch their mothers care for babies, and they do the same thing when they have their own. Elephants are another great example. They're famous for it. When a baby elephant is born, the whole herd gathers. They touch it gently with their trunks. They appear to celebrate. Adults modify their behavior completely. They move slower when a baby is around. They're more careful about where they step. They remember that there's a vulnerable life here that needs protection. A baby elephant can walk, yes, but it'll be months before it can fully defend itself. Until then, the entire group acts like babysitters. So, why does this matter? Why should you care about how animals treat their babies? Well, it tells us something important about life itself. Across thousands of species, from tiny insects to massive whales, there's this universal pattern. Babies matter. They get treated differently. They get protected. And that's because the future of the species depends on it. It also shows us that compassion and gentleness aren't exclusively human traits. We think of ourselves as special, as the only animals that truly care. But the truth is, almost every animal cares for its young in some way, even the ones you wouldn't expect. It's written into their biology. It's part of what makes life possible. And honestly, it's kind of beautiful. When you watch a big, tough predator completely change how it acts around the baby, you're seeing something primal and pure. You're seeing an animal follow its deepest instinct, the instinct to nurture, the instinct to protect, the instinct to keep the next generation safe. Next time you see animals together, pay attention. Notice how they move differently, how they sound different, how they interact differently depending on who they're with. Look for that switch. Watch it flip when a baby shows up. It happens in nature constantly, and we usually miss it. But it's there, and it's one of the most fundamental behaviors in the animal kingdom. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your thoughts.